What's up, y'all? This is Gambit the Boxing Novice, and I'm back with another video today. Today's rant is on Stephen A. Smith. Yes, sir, Mr. Smith. ESPN's number one highest paid media sports pundit, and I'm here to give my thoughts on his so-called opinion and so-called expertise on boxing and his disrespect of Andy Ruiz Jr. I believe, man, Stephen A., man, he does a disservice to the sport of boxing. You know, he comes off like he's an expert on the sport when in reality he's just a loudmouth casual boxing fan. You know, I don't really care about his crazy antics going back and forth with Teddy Atlas. I mean, it is entertaining, though, but I would like to see more of Teddy Atlas on ESPN breaking down fights because, you know, he has more experience in the boxing game. He's been a trainer. I don't know about him being a boxer in the past, though, but when he does, you know, talk about boxing, I like his breakdowns of fighters and, you know, tactics and, you know, what to expect in a fight. And I think, you know, he understands it a lot more than Stephen A. You know, I thought his latest antics on the disrespect of Andy Ruiz by calling him Butterbean was uncalled for. You know, it's not cool. You know, give that man some respect. You know, how about when you see that man, say it to his face in private and not on your public black platform where you're protected because, you know, no one would choke you out on live television. Well, then maybe not. I don't know. You know, how about when someone with experience like an Andre Ward, who was just on the show recently, who tells you to give that man respect, but you ignore it by saying, I stand on what I said. And then, you know, you come off as arrogant. You refuse to humble yourself in front of millions, you know. I don't care about your opinion on about boxing. You know, basketball, football, and maybe some other sports, that's your lane. You know, stick with that. But maybe ESPN is spreading you too thin, you know, kind of like your hairline. Yeah, but hey, I'm bald too, and I let it go a long time ago. But, you know, stick to those other sports, man. You know, no disrespect to you, but I'm critical of your analysis because you're no expert on the sport of boxing and never was. You know, you're just a casual fan, casual boxing fan, you know. Maybe when you and Max Kellerman, who was sometimey with his opinion on certain fighters, are talking about boxing, maybe you should have an open mind. And instead of trying to argue and not make sense at times, you know, just humble yourself and listen. You know, listen with some reasoning and stuff, you know. His other gripe was like, you know, with the AJ versus Wilder. I mean, who didn't want to see that? And I still think that fight can happen, you know, in the future. You know, all of us wanted to see it, but, you know, shit happens in the sport of boxing and people get knocked out all the time. You know, it just happened, and especially if you're not coming prepared for a fight. That's what happened to AJ. So, you know, whose fault is it? You know, if I was a bet man, I would say 70% to promoters, man. You know, for trying to milk a fight, a future fight. And I say 30% of 30% goes to the fighters as well. You know, if you're believing in your own hype, you know, how much do you need to milk a fight without ruining the chances of something like this happening? And who's to say that if, you know, when AJ will rematch against Andy Ruiz, which he will in the next 6 to 8 months, he get knocked out again, you know? So, you know, we will see. But from now on, not from now, I'm sorry, but I just think that Stephen A. was just so upset because Andy Ruiz ruined his wet dream of a dream fight. And it resulted in him to disrespecting Ruiz Jr. by body shaming him as well. You know, so what, you know, if Ruiz is not a muscular, you know, brolic type of dude or whatever, you know, what matters is that man can fight and he can compete at a high level. So congrats to him, Andy Ruiz Jr. and his team. And I will say, man, you know, could continue much more success to that guy, you know. But we will see, like I said, in the future, what happens with AJ when he goes and does the rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. You know. But this, you know, my little Thursday morning rant, you know, I can go on and on about it, but I will give this topic a rest until next time. My name is Gambit the Boxing Novice. Please like and subscribe.